Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. We're going to talk about DeFi, and one of the biggest projects right now, Sushi, might actually be moving over to Solana. Now, this is probably one of the biggest threats to, Uniswap, first of all, but also Ethereum, because the only thing that Ethereum actually has over some of these other mainnets is the liquidity and the fact that the other project mainnets don't have their own ecosystem. Sushi Swap is really huge. Out of Uniswap's 1.4 billion liquidity, Sushi Swap owns like 850 million of it, or the majority of it. So it would be kind of a disaster if, Sushi Swap's definitely leaving Uniswap, so that's that. But it would be a bit of a disaster for Ethereum if Sushi Swap actually went onto Solana, which could be a competitor. Now, a lot of you may not know what Solana is. It is a mainnet. It can process about 10,000 transactions per minute, or I've been told at least. It can actually run on the Solana blockchain, and they chose the Solana blockchain because A, Solana paid them a lot of money, and B, because Solana can actually process the transactions quickly and cheaply. So it actually sort of makes sense for the CEO of Solana to not of Solana, of FTX exchange, and the creator of the Serum DEX to actually propose that it moves on to SushiSwap, because Serum is actually based on Solana. And he can actually use the Serum order books to provide liquidity for SushiSwap when it comes into Solana. And plus, I'm guessing not a few users will actually switch over to Solana. This is a big threat to Ethereum because once you take away the advantage of the network effect and the ecosystem, Ethereum is essentially inferior to pretty much all the other mainnets because it can't scale and the transactions are very, very slow. Now, Solana I didn't really see as a major player until this moment, because this moment can bring a lot of users actually over. And he actually proposed it, and the proposal has over 79% votes in favor, in contrast to a couple of hours ago when he actually first basically proposed this. Now almost 80% of the people want to move to Solana because obviously they hate the Ethereum fees, and when you move over to Solana, the fees won't be nearly as high. So it'll be a lot more usable for investors and traders. Like I said, Tron and EOS, I thought were maybe some of the most threatening to Ethereum because they are building their ecosystem, and both Tron and EOS have some liquidity through their DEX, but Solana might definitely be a new player. And big projects shifting over from Ethereum to other blockchains is kind of like Ethereum's nightmare because, Ethereum, because ETH needs 2, 3, 4 years for 2.0 to come out before it can even compete in terms of speed and capacity with these other blockchains. And if big projects, especially big DeFi projects, move over to Solana or other competitors, that could spell real big trouble for Ethereum because then they won't have the advantages anymore. So this is like what Cardano, Polkadot, and all these other projects actually want projects like Solana to do. Obviously, not Solana, Sushi to do. Obviously, Sushi moving to Solana, huge win for Solana. FTX CEO is supporting it. Serum is probably going to provide some liquidity, but they do have to solve the liquidity issue. It'll probably be interoperable at first, but moving away from Uniswap is a big loss for Uniswap. Moving to Solana is a big win for Solana. So check out those two projects. This is really, really big news because Sushi looks to be trying to turn the corner after basically the original founder exit scam, and they're really trying to fulfill all the promises that were originally promised. And now they're even proposing to swap over to a much higher capacity and superior chain technology. So that is actually the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.